Welcome, Eric Mulu. Welcome to the Bigger Than Football podcast by True Talents of Africa. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. I think I will introduce you as a personal friend of mine, a footballer who currently plays at FC Malaga City. It's a very high level of football in Spain, and obviously looking to continue to play until you get to the professional level. How are things with you during this time of COVID?
Things haven't been like easy because of me coming back because of the whole COVID-19 thing. So it's been a bit hard because started training again, trying to get the fitness back, the touch, everything. Yeah. So it's been a bit difficult, but it's okay.
So when the situation happened, you were in Spain, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then now you were told, you have to go back. How was it?
Uh, Everyone. It started like we were just like few guys who stayed there because
Mm,
everyone else had gone. So we stayed there for like 1 week. The situation got a bit tough. Then now
mm.
the other week we just decided, this thing is it's become too much, so we just go back home. Then they'll just tell us when to come back.
Wow, okay. And how would you say the season was going for you at the time?
I was playing for Vela's under 23. Uh, we weren't like in a good position. We were struggling a bit, winning a few games, drawing, losing many games. Yeah, so it was bad, but we were trying like to catch up, but Corona happened. So
But the other teams, were the other teams in your league also under 23?
no. Now this were
Okay.
teams. Yeah, we're playing against teams now.
Okay. What division is that under 23 team?
I think fifth division or fourth, because I think it's fifth tier there, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Okay. And
Yeah,
you still 19? Or you're 20 now?
I'm 20 now. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
how would you? I'm very interested to ask, how would you rate because you were playing at Kangemi All Stars, yes, NSL.
Yeah.
How would you rate that level to where you're playing now?
Ooh, it's so different. Like the level is a bit higher.
Mhm.
Like football is just on another level compared to Kenya. Everything tactical, everything is just different. It's super fast. Everyone's fast. I don't know how, but everyone's fast. I don't know. But football there is so different with here.
How okay. If you see, I'm like, if I was 17, 18, I'm thinking, okay, I want to play where Eric Moody is playing right now. What are some of the differences that you see, from where you came from, NSL level, and then playing there? What are some of the biggest differences?
Uh, let's say the whole team now. Like if you see like a team, like the league we were playing,
Mm-hmm.
it was so much different because like guys were moving too quick. The ball
Mm-hmm.
the ball was moving too quick. So everything for me was just quick at first, but like at the end of the day, I just adapted to it all. But like things were fast, guys were pressing hard. Everything was just it was intense. Yeah, like everything was
Mm-hmm.
just fast. No, like when you get the ball, you just release it with like one or 2 seconds. Because when you just wait like this, everyone's there. So it was a bit fast. Everything was moving fast.
Tempo is high.
Tempo is higher, very.
Yeah. So that you said is like the first thing that you noticed when you started playing
Yeah.
there. What are some of the other things that you noticed?
The other things are, let me see. It's just maybe the build ups, the way the team presses, like they press together, the movement without the ball, the movement with the ball. Yeah.
Hmm. And what would you say are some of the differences now off the field? I know the football side is important, but when you got there, you don't just go to the pitch straight away. You you have to also adapt to life. How is things outside of the field?
It was a bit tough because Spain, like where I was, like everyone was speaking like Spanish, was just and I was
Mm,
just speaking English only, so it was a bit tough. Even going to the shops, talking to this guy, it was a struggle, but I ended up like catching up some few things, this and this, yeah,
mm,
yeah. But
yeah.
like Barry was a bit, it's still an issue to me, but I'll just I just keep on trying because we have classes, Spanish classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they help us a lot. They help us a lot.
Okay. So do you usually need a translator? When the coach speaks, you know exactly what he's saying. You go and you do it.
Now, at first, like the first month, it was a bit tricky.
Yeah.
So the coach is speaking. I could just ask someone who understands both Spanish and English to translate for me.
Mm,
When like after 3 months, I was good to go. I just knew what you were saying, this and this. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The 3 months I
That's
didn't translate.
a and when you got there, how would you say you adapted to the how do you think you did in terms of how you were playing, how you were adapting to the new life?
uh at first, like the first 2 weeks was, oof, it was it was bad for me. Like the weather, it was it was tricky. I remember there's this one time we had a friendly against each other, yeah,
Mm,
and the first 2 weeks or the first 3 weeks there, yeah, the weather was so, I don't know, it was so like I've never felt it was so bad that I wasn't breathing at some point. I wasn't breathing, like it's too much for me.
was it hot? Ama, it's hot.
Hot. It was
Uh,
hot. It was hot. Then winter came. It was too cold. I don't know.
uh,
Yeah.
but I guess now you were playing, you were doing what you needed to do. How did the coaches receive you? Did they give you an indication of whether you were doing well? That kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They did actually. When I started playing my games, like every every coach from the senior team to the academies, they were just telling me how good I'm playing, to just keep it up each and every game. They're just giving me like morale each and every game. They're just saying, "Oh, you're good. You just need to do better, better, better." But I just got like positive uh, results after every game. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So now, when you go back, what would you say you want to try and do? Do you have will you be playing with the same team? Do you want to go on and play with a different team, or what do you want to do?
I'm probably going back to CD Almunaca City. I think you know it, yeah.
Yes, yes.
I'll go back to CD Almunaca City. Then from there, I'm
Explain
just
for the explain for the people who don't know. So you were at FC Malaga City,
okay.
but
Yeah,
can
I was
explain.
in FC Malaga City.
Hmm.
The senior team is called CD Almuneca City.
Hmm.
So I moved from CD Almuneca City to Vélez under 23. Uh, Yeah, which I played for 3 months. But it's kind of the same organizations with FC
Mm-hmm.
Malaga, the Values under 23. Yeah. So yeah, after 3 months now they're done. So I'm gonna go back to CDL Malaga City at the start of the season, hopefully. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went on loan basically.
Yeah. Basically, I went on
Went on
loan.
loan. Yeah. That's good for people to understand. But you were
Yeah.
still under FC Malaga
Yeah.
City.
And
Yes.
Malaga City. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to ask you about where the football journey started for you. When did you? I know you were very young, but when did you start to say, okay, I enjoy? When did you start to develop a passion for the game?
Ooh, that was way back. I
Mm.
remember in school I started playing football, but it wasn't like intense. But when
Mm-hmm.
I got like 8 years old, that was the
Mm-hmm.
time I decided I can football is a thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. Yeah, so when I was 8, I joined Ligi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played in Ligi for I don't know my whole life, probably. Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
yeah, so I played in Ligi. I joined Ligi when I was 8 years old. Yeah, I
So
knew I knew
there's
about.
there's some
Yeah.
people here. There's some people here who don't know what league is. So
Ah,
we
oh, okay.
must
Let me
make
put it in general. Yeah, Ligi is Ligi Ndogo Academy. Uh, it's in Gong Road next to Marsabit Plaza. That's where I started my football journey. That's where I realized I got passion for football, and football is basically my life. Yeah. So I
and
joined.
how was it? Do you remember how it was in the beginning? You know how when you started playing at the academy.
Oh yeah. I remember like everything. Ligi Ligi Ndogo was just it was amazing when I was small. It's still amazing though, but it was amazing. It was like everyone was going there. It was packed on Saturdays. We're just playing like on Saturdays. Yeah, on Saturdays only. We had like 9 different teams, the 9 planets. Yeah,
Mm,
Mercury, Atoms, Jupiter. Yeah, so we just playing against each other. Yeah, then at the end of the season, they just give like the best player, top scorer, everything. Yeah.
mm. I also played in Ligi by the way, for a long time. Yeah.
Which was that?
I was with Kina Coach Ali, Coach
Uh,
Papi. I don't know if
Puffy.
that was
Uh,
maybe before.
I think I was there because I was also with Coach Papi, Coach Ali, Coach Karanja, the
Yeah.
one with Reds. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
those are the guys who used to train me. And
Uh,
you're right. When you're young in Ligue, it's like I remember I just used to go there on Saturday and
but
then you just stay there the whole day. You
they would
don't the whole day. When you're a young kid, you just enjoy. You just play
Saturday.
football. Yeah, you just play football. So it's good times. So you start going to Ligue and then how does the journey evolve for you? What happens next?
So after the Saturday thing in Ligia,
Mm,
uh, they started an academy. Like yeah, they started like yeah an academy. So we were coming to training like Sunday at 2. Yeah,
mhm.
and Saturdays at 2 p.m. still. Yeah. So that was under 13.
This
So
was
like
like planning.
yeah, this was like planets. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
planets was like a selection of the
yeah,
best the
selection of the
best
guys
players.
from from the morning thing. No, they've
Mm,
just guys like you remember Remy guys,
hmm
Jeremy, yeah, those guys.
hmm
So yeah, so they just selected a few people to go to the academy now. They call it the academy, the League
hmm
Indogo. Yeah, so this is where we played like tournaments, like East Africa tournament. I remember we won the first one that we played. That was
mm.
like two. Oh, I can't remember the year, but we Yeah, I remember we won it. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
we went to 13, under 15, still the academy, under 16, the same guys, under 17. Now we're playing different tournaments everywhere. We play
Mm-hmm.
playing left foot, we playing East Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we to Tanzania to play
Mm-hmm.
this cup. What is this cup? I think
Chipukizi.
December. Kizi Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So after that,
But wait,
oh yeah,
before we get to that, so in you were in Ligi during primary school until under 13, yes? So you finished your
yeah,
primary school and then you went to Upper Hill, yeah?
yeah. I went to Upper Hill. Still
So
playing for
how
league.
still playing fully? How did you manage to balance school and at the same time playing at the academy?
It was I was playing in school, but like on holidays I play in league. But Upper Hill,
Mm,
they like sports is a big thing. So
mm,
most form one, form two, I wasn't in the school team. So it was just
mm,
like yeah. So it was just after like if you have like a break, I just go back to league and train for the holidays, then go
mm.
back to school, open yeah. But like
So
when I joined the huh?
sorry, why were you not in the school team from one and from two? Is it because the level it's like open, Ama, or how?
It was open, but school how it is, like the form ones, the
Mm,
form weren't like because it's a bit hard for you to join the school team.
yeah. It's very
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, it was very hard to join like the school team. So it was tricky for me. But like when form two, like form two, yeah, form two and the end term now, we always
Mm,
had like a camp for like the football guys. So that was the first camp I was called by the school team. So
mm,
there, yeah, from there I joined the school team, but I still didn't like get like enough playing time.
mm,
So luckily, I think I was in form three where they started this Copa Coca Cola tournament for schools.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, so we reached. So it was under 17s only, not the senior team.
mm.
So that is
Okay.
where, yeah, that is where like I got playing time. I was playing like every game, day in day out. Was playing games and games. So from we reached the finals, but
Mm,
we did not manage to go to the nationals. So after the after us reaching the finals, then we came back to school. Now the senior team games kicked off. So that
mm.
is where yeah, I was called up to play for the senior team.
And how was the when you talk about high school, uh, was and Upper Hill is a big football school.
Yeah.
So was it like those other schools where they have the students who are in the school, and then now when it comes times of games, they start to bring guys you've never seen before to play.
Nah,
That kind of situation, or were these guys in the school?
like
How
I
was it?
know what you
Yeah.
Apple, bro. Like guys were in school, guys were still
Mm,
studying and still playing football. Like it wasn't like I know some other schools like
yeah.
the guys won't be there during like school time, but when the games start, they're there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you also
Yeah,
cannot verify the age, so it becomes
yeah, you know,
difficult.
like, yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
like
How
well,
how is the level
guys
compared to, sorry,
com- compared to what?
compared to Ligi now? How was the level when you compared high school to Ligi? Was it similar, or how was it?
It wasn't similar because in league I was just playing the under 17 games, the left
Mm,
foot tournament, and in high school the games were like in high school. I remember it was it was like high school games were it was big, it was big, it was
mm,
major. Everyone was
mm,
watching games on TVs, coaches from the Premier League, so it was big, so it was intense. Like Yeah, it was very intense.
Wow. Okay, so you reach Form 3 and you start playing for the school team, and then.
Yeah, so I reached from three. I played the under 17s. Uh, we 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 reached the finals. I came back to school, got called up for the senior team, school team. Yeah, so from there I started playing games, but still I didn't get like enough playing time when I was in Form 3. Yeah, so now I went to Form 4. Played again the Coca Cola tournament again.
Mm-hmm.
We managed to win the finals now and go to nationals with
Mm-hmm.
the senior team still, but with not money after the nationals. I think we're fourth place. I don't know. We didn't. We were thrashed. We were thrashed badly in the nationals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We don't manage to go to the next level. So when I came back, played for the senior team. Now I was playing games
Mm-hmm.
day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. We got to the. I don't know how it happened. Like I know guys weren't like believing in us because we were like a bit of small guys, small
Mm.
guys. Yeah, so we managed to reach the nationals, which we won. I don't know how, but we won. It was big
This
for
was
us.
Wait. This was in Form 4.
Now this was in Form 4 2017. We won the
Wow,
national. Yeah, it was
that's
it was
big.
yeah, it was big, I'm telling you. I don't know. It was so big that everyone was just shocked because we played the semifinals against Kakamega High School. Woo.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we won on penalties. And then we won the finals against St. Anthony. Yeah. It was
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But we went to East Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We were thrashed. I don't know. We were thrashed. we were
Wow.
badly, yeah.
Why do you think? Okay, why
But
do you think? Because you had won now the biggest tournament in Kenya, for
yeah.
football at the youth level. Then you go and you play the East Africa games. Why do you think you guys were thrashed there?
I think we just relaxed and we thought like we were like the guys who
Mm,
won the national,
mm,
thinking it was gonna be the same, but it wasn't the same. We played against schools from Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. They just knew what they're doing. Like there's no jokes, but I think we just relaxed. So yeah, that's where the problem came in, and we're too overexcited that we're there.
mm. Was
Yeah,
there a
but
difference in the level of those teams compared to
yeah, 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 yeah.
they
The
were more
the team.
talented, or what was the difference?
What? Sorry.
Were they more talented, or what was the difference between you guys and the other teams?
No, I can't say they were more talented. I can just say they understood the game more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were set up better than you guys.
yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay, so that's a big achievement. And this
Yeah,
whole time now, this whole time you're thinking, okay, now I want to go and play. What were you thinking in your mind? Like, did you
so
want to
it's always
play locally?
this.
Did you play out?
It's always like this. After you've played the nationals,
Mm,
like teams from the KPL, the coaches are there. National finals, which I didn't play. I didn't play the semi-finals. Still, I just played like the group stages only. I think, yeah.
mm,
So, but the finals and the semi-finals, coaches from different teams in the Kenya Premier League, scouts from different places, they just come. So I didn't know. I just hope like maybe someone saw me when I played the games during the
mm,
group stages. Yeah. So it's always a pressure. Like when you finish school, you just know like some guys have been selected already, or even after the nationals we just had like guys being called by I don't know Tusker, K Sharks, FC Leopards, yeah,
mm.
from different yeah. different guys were being called. So I was just there. I was waiting for like a team to call me, but I did not manage. So I just waited and waited. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
And so after you're waiting now, this is after you finish school, eh?
yeah,
Did you
yeah,
go back to play, did you go back to play with Ligi or
yeah, yeah. I go back to play with Ligi. So
uh,
that is where I joined the Ligi senior team, which was playing Division One, which is still playing Division One still.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah,
And this whole time now you're waiting for something to happen for you,
yeah,
opportunity to come.
yeah.
Okay. And how did that journey now go from there after you
From
finished?
in Ligi.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I just finished school. You just waited for. I was just waiting for maybe being called from one of the teams in the Kenya Premier League, which it didn't happen. So I just went back to Ligi,
Mhm.
joined the senior team, yeah, and started playing Division One.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then
Oh yeah, from Division One. Yeah, I played Division One for two 2018, 2 years.
mhm.
Played for Division. Yeah, then I moved to Kangemi All Stars on loan. Then went back to League again. Yeah.
Okay. And this whole time you're just trying to get more opportunities, yes? Your focus
Yeah.
now is on football. You're not thinking about university or were you thinking about I need to go to school or anything like that?
To be honest, I wasn't thinking about school. I was just thinking about
You're just thinking about ball.
yeah, thinking about ball.
How did you manage to stay, because sometimes you hear some very discouraging stories about the KPL, about the lifestyle that some players live a good lifestyle, other players it's a struggle, and I've trained with some of those teams, and when you speak with some of those players, it's like everybody is just trying to get out,
Yeah.
to country. How did you
Yeah.
not get discouraged? Was there pressure from your family that was saying, "Hey, even if you play in the KPL, you're not guaranteed a salary, that kind of thing." How did you stay focused?
I just wanted to play ball like at the top level in Kenya, in the Kenya Premier League. Yeah, which I've never played though, but I just wanted to play ball, nothing else. I wasn't thinking about the salary, how guys were being paid and all. I was just thinking about ball, nothing else. So I think that's what kept me going. Yeah.
Kept you going. Yeah. How do you think at the time? How do you think your level was compared to some of the guys who are playing in the KPL as a player?
But
How do you think your level was compared to the players who are playing in the KPL?
the level was than mine because first of all experience because I've never played in the KPL.
Mm.
But when I played the NSL, that is where I knew I can play in the Kenya Premier League because it's kind of the same level. But when I was playing in the Division One, I just the these guys we're talking about guys who played uh, in the national team still. So of course these are guys with much experience than me. Yeah,
Yeah, I get you. Get you.
yeah,
So, so you're there, you're playing, you go to Kangemi All Stars, and then you went on loan to Kangemi All
yeah,
Stars,
yeah,
and then you went back to Ligi.
yeah.
Uh, okay, what now? What happened at that point?
Uh, we, Ka, oh yeah, Kangemi All Stars. We were the league was just I don't know. It was a bit tough for us. We
Mm,
got we got relegated because I don't know. It just happened. We were losing games day in day out. Yeah,
mm.
so I just went back to league. Yeah,
Okay. So now at that point, what was there any opportunity coming your way, or you were just playing and trying to see? Um, because now this is what 2019.
2019. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I just got like opportunities from these teams in the NSL and teams.
Mhm,
They were just interested, but I wasn't like into, you know, I wasn't thinking about it so much. So I just went back to Ligi.
mhm.
Yeah.
How hard do you think it is to make it as a young footballer in Kenya? Because you hear a lot of stories, and many of the guys that are probably listening or going to listen to this and watch you, they're not going to have played anywhere close to KPL level, or even played in nationals, or played at that high level. So how do you think, how difficult, or how is it trying to make it as a footballer here in Kenya?
The thing that I know, it's not hard to make it. It's just opportunities. It's just the timings. It's not hard. Actually, it's not hard. When I played the NSL, that was the time I knew it's not hard to play in the Premier League.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just confidence. And when the opportunity comes, it depends
mm,
how ready you are, but it's possible. It's possible to play in the Premier League with my age. Because right now there are so many players who are 19, 20 years old, 18, who are playing in the Kenya Premier League. So it's not hard at all. It's possible. It's something possible.
mm.
Yeah,
That's good.
compared to way back.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
they only take the old players. Eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right
I
now
get.
it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you go back to Ligi now, what happens next?
Oh yeah. So I went to Ligi. Kangemi All Stars were relegated, so the season was over. Yeah. So I go back to Ligi. I just train. So yeah, Ligi goes to playoffs. They win the playoffs. Yeah. So I just went back to normal training.
Ah, okay, but they were not promoted or anything.
No, they aren't promoted. They lost the playoffs. So
Oh,
when we lost the playoffs, we just went back to normal training, figuring out what we're gonna do next season to be maybe try and get to the NSL. Yeah.
hmm. And then what happened?
So after us being relegated, after Ligi not making to the NSL, so I just started now training, thinking about next season, because
Hmm.
I was just getting like some phone calls from I don't different teams in NSL, but
Hmm.
at that time I didn't like make any decision yet because the season was like it was far from like 2 months, I don't know. Yeah, so I was just basically focusing on my training in Ligi. Yeah.
Okay. Then how did FC Malaga find you? How did
Yeah, that
this whole come about?
was big. I was just training. I was just training. I was just training. Not knowing what the next move is. Then, oof, it was big. It was big. So I went to this uh, what's it called? Green Sports Trials, which you
Yeah.
called me to the Green Sports Trials. At first, I wasn't. I was just like, should I go? Should I? I was just.
You know the way you even refused. You said, okay, sir, ni pesa mingi sitaenda.
Yeah. So I remember you
Yeah.
called me like, you just calling me. I was like, should I go? I'm like, nah. So like when you guys started training, I remember when you guys started training.
Mm,
Yeah, I joined you guys like the last day of training.
mhm.
So the time I was just thinking, what am I doing? Is it the right decision? Am I gonna just, I don't know, waste time? I don't know. there's just so many things crossing my mind. So yeah, you called me. I went to the last training of that whole thing. So the next step was going now for the trials, which you
For the game.
guys brought. Yeah, the game, which you guys brought scouts, and yeah. So yeah, we played our first game on Saturday. It went well for me. I just felt it like, I don't know. I just felt it went well for me. I actually played as a central defensive midfielder in
Mm.
that game, which I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. So after that, we played the trials Saturday and Sunday. Then we're just waiting for the feedback. So it went
Mm.
weeks and weeks and weeks and
Let me
weeks
tell
not
you.
to get.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what why you ended up in that place, because there was some of you guys that I knew. Let me say that Nairobi is divided into two when it comes to football. Kuna
Yeah,
Waseumta, and then there's these other guys, these babbies, the guys who are, that is the mentality.
I know. Yeah,
So you you've been a part of both sides,
yeah,
but once you've played at your level, once you've played at NSL level, or even the national level, you don't think that, because the level on this other side of the city, on the west side of the city, tends to be lower, isn't it?
yeah,
The players are not, none of them are playing at a professional level. So there's very few players who are playing on both sides. You get what I mean? Like, there's few players that come from Kileleshwa, Kilimani, Langata, who are also playing for teams like Kariobangi Sharks youth team, AFC. It's rare that happens, you know.
yeah,
But there were some of you who, you're one of them. You've seen both sides. You've experienced both sides. What do you think is
yeah.
the difference between the players on one side of the city and the guys
I
on
don't.
the other
I
side?
don't think that it's just like the mentality which guys will just put like on themselves. Like, I come from this place, I can't play in that side. You know what? Yeah, exactly. It's just a mentality. Like, I come from, I don't know, maybe Lavington, I don't know, Runda, those sides.
Mm,
They think they can play like in a team like K Sharks. These teams, because of like their wealth and stuff. They just think like it's just for the people who on the other side.
mm,
Yeah, so I just think it's a mentality, because if you know ball, you know ball. There's nothing else. If you can play
yes.
ball, you can play ball. There's nothing like I come from Lavington or I come from Kibera. I don't know. It's just, if you know ball, you can play ball anywhere.
Mm. Yeah, I
I
think
just
that's the important thing. I think that,
Yeah,
like you said, the mentality is the
yeah,
most important thing. Yeah, because if there's a language that, if when you play football, you speak the language of football. Doesn't matter
exactly.
if you're in Spain.
That's from where.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just ball. We just speak the same language. So if you know ball, you can obviously play in FC Leopards, Kariobangi Sharks, Wazito, any team in the Kenya Premier League. Yeah, it's just ball.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah. The reason I was asking is because I know there are lots of guys who may watch this, and they come from either side of the city, and then they're
yeah,
wondering, is it on that side? How is it on? They don't have much exposure.
yeah,
I think is important. So when this thing was happening, I remember, I can't remember where I knew you from. I think I knew you from, there's a time you were playing with Kina and Numeru,
yeah,
and I had only watched, I think, even 5 minutes of that game that you played with him. But I said, this guy has something. In my mind, that's what I said. I said, this guy has something.
yeah,
So I think when I called you for the trials, I don't know if you I know you had been selected, but even when you said no, I was like, "Hey, this guy should be there." So I kept trying to pester you to come.
Yeah.
But I know the mentality that some of the guys who have played at a high level they have. You know, they think, if I go to this trial, I don't think anything is going to come from it. You know, these guys are saying that they have these people here, that are coming to watch me. You just don't feel like it's even worth
Don't
your
feel
time.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Then,
remember
huh?
we
Tell
had
me.
league we had like league training every day. So, and at the same time there was this trials going on. So I was like, is it worth it like for me to leave league training and go to
Mm.
that trial? So I was just confused, but you just kept on pressing and pressing. I just decided, oh, okay, you know what? Let me just go and see what happens.
Mm.
Yeah,
And how is the level of the trials games in comparison to where you were playing, even at Ligi or where you played at Kangemi All Stars? How was the level? Were you comfortable in that game? You were just like, man, this is easy, Or how was it for you?
no, I wasn't going like I didn't say like I didn't have like that mentality. It's easy because I don't know like these other guys like the other guys I'm playing with, and we just trained with these guys for like I just trained with them for like 1 day, so I just don't like know these other guys. So I was confident, but like I just knew what I wanted, so I just played my game,
Mm.
and yeah, just playing my game it became easy for me. I think so. Yeah.
Well, you played very well. You played very
Thank,
well. I remember that. And
thank
then,
you.
so what happened after that? Because most of the opportunities that we were giving guys at the time, or it's called Sports Recruiting USA. It's a friend of mine called Chris who um, helps us recruit guys who want to go and play and get soccer scholarships to play in the US.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want that. You wanted, to play at a professional or
Yeah.
higher level. So at the time, George of FC Malaga City, who you now know, um,
Yeah.
you know, Chris at Sports Recruiting USA connected me to him. So we spoke. I said, there are a few players over here that maybe you want to take a look at. So I sent him some videos, and you know what is even more crazy about that situation?
Yeah.
Um, Nobody had asked me to make those videos for you guys. I was doing it like because I personally made them. So I was doing
Yeah.
it like in my mind I was like, man, I just want to see maybe these guys can get
Yeah.
something, because I
Something.
believed that you guys can get just something, even if it's a trial or something. So I
Exactly.
made those videos and then I sent them to him. There were how many of you? I think there was four of you guys, maybe even five.
It was four.
It was four,
Four.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was Roro, there was you, there was Peter.
Eric and Jama.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I sent them, and football is so funny because you could have played at a very high level before, but if you don't perform well when that camera is there, on those games, and then that is the footage that gets sent, that's the only impression that the coach that is scouting
Exactly.
has of you,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So they just see like, oh, it's a video for 3 minutes. What can this guy do?
Yeah.
And he told me, hey, I like this guy. I think based on how you were playing and the way they play in Spain, I think he saw
Yeah.
something. And
Yeah.
then now you can tell me what was happening on your side now after that after that trial.
Oh, after that, now it's just after we finished trials on Sunday, so we were expecting like to get the results or the feedback by the coming week. So
Mm.
it didn't happen. So we just waited like that week, the next week. the other week, we're like, what is this? I was like, what? I was like, okay, let me just wait. So the fourth week we got like this. We got a feedback like how he did. Like they put like in different grades, like A, B. Yeah. So we got those feedbacks. So I was like, oh, okay, it's something. There's something going on. I was a bit like confident. Yeah, I was like, yeah, there's
Mm,
something. Yeah, but like I was confused, but I didn't like know like because you guys were doing like this, as you said, this USA recruiting stuff. It was
mhm,
just uni, which at first I didn't like want to do it, but I was like, if if that's what I'm gonna do, I'll just do it. Yeah, so
mm,
I waited. So at the end of the fourth week now, the next month, like the second week now, I get a call
mhm.
from you. I was like, okay, what's this? You told me I got an invitation to FC Malaga City. I was like, what? Are you serious?
Uh, Even
Like,
I didn't
wait.
believe. Even I didn't
I,
believe. So
yeah,
if I didn't believe, I'm sure you were like, "What? What? This is crazy."
I'm telling you.
So,
So I was like, wait, what? Then you said FC Malaga City. I was like, what? I was like, are you even sure? Because I didn't believe it at all. Because I was expecting like the US things, like the uni with ball, college with ball. But you came with
yeah.
FC Malaga City in Spain, which has never crossed my mind. Never. I've never thought of playing football in Spain. I've never thought of. I was like, wait, what? It was big. It was big. I don't know. Yeah, it was big. I didn't believe it. It was just, I don't know. I just thank God.
It's God. It's God. That's the only way to describe it, man. It's
Yeah,
God. It's God. And
God.
it, it personally made me really happy because it proved something for me, and because I felt like you deserved that kind of opportunity. And now it's 1 year later, so I'm really thankful that you are, where you are now. I want to
Yeah,
ask you,
thank. Yeah.
because there's some players who may want to know, okay, what was different about Eric Mulu? What would you say is different about you in comparison to other players?
That's deep. That's a deep question. Oh, what's the difference? Actually, oh, that question. I've never thought of that question.
Yeah.
I think there's there's nothing different. Like I can't say I can't say I'm more talented than other players. No, I
Mm,
ca- I think I just put in the hard work. I can say I'm more talented because there's so many talented players out here. There's so many better guys than me. I know. So I just think I'm hardworking. I think, yeah,
mm.
that's it. I just hard work. Yeah,
That's a good answer because it doesn't take talent to work hard.
of course.
It doesn't. You know, guys are
Yeah,
expecting you to say that maybe I don't know what they would be expecting. When you watch somebody who's really really good, when you watch Hazard, you think the way this guy moves with the ball is different. But those are like when you talk about those kinds of players, many of them, some of these guys who are professional, it's not that they have something that's completely different to the guy who is next to them. It's
just that
usually just
like
small
a
some
small thing, that extra thing they just put in, which makes them,
uh,
yeah. So because I know there's so many talented players, so many. I know so many talented players out here. I I
mm,
just, yeah, hard work works for me. That's, I think,
mm.
and there's
And
still guys who are working still, but for me, I think, yeah, that's what works for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
So when it comes to now you giving advice to younger players, guys who are watching this, they're maybe 15, 16, 17. They want to play where you are now. What do you think you would tell them?
Oh, the first thing which I always tell myself and like my close friends and everyone who knows me, that you should put God first no matter what. Like God comes first, like in everything. Like before football, before school, before everything. You should put God first, and everything else will just follow. Because I know
Mm,
I haven't like made it yet, but it's just a step towards something.
mm,
Yeah, but that step that I made, I think it's a big step towards my football career. Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, so put God first, and everything else will follow. The next thing is just hard work, dedication, love what you do everything that you do with passion. Yeah,
Wow. You know,
yeah,
you're saying you haven't made it yet, but
yeah,
it's like a journey, you know. So I hope you take time to realize that you now where you are in this journey, you have you are making it. You know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
haven't, maybe in your head you're saying no, I want to play at this level, but this is the moment that you have to cherish, that you have to enjoy, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know,
exactly.
you never know. You never know. Is there any question that I haven't asked you before we
Mm,
close?
I don't think so.
Is there anything you want to say to some of these? Anything else you want to say to the guys who might be watching this?
Uh, yeah, I just wanna thank God for the opportunity that He gave me. I wanna. I'm grateful for my friends, family who've been supporting me through my football career. I'm grateful for Blikindogo for going with me through since when I was young to now where I am.
Mm.
Green Sports, TTA, like everyone has been part of my life during this football journey. Yeah, I'm just grateful.
Well, thank you, man. We also hope that you continue to go down the path that you're following. For me, in my mind, you have already succeeded because when you go from where you were, and then you have the kind of exposure that you have now, the
Yeah,
world looks different, man. I don't there are people here who try and say, uh, they haven't been outside, so but they say, it's like this, it's like that, but you don't really know. You don't know until you're there, you know. And to be able to say that, I don't think you realize it now, but it's very powerful. It's very
yeah,
powerful to have seen the world like that, because now you have exposure. You can
yeah,
make connections. You can see. You experience the world different to many other
different.
guys who haven't had that experience.
Yeah,
So we continue to wish you success, and try to help you however we can, because your
thank you,
success is our success as well.
thank you.
So thank you, Eric Mulu. Thank you for being on Bigger Than Football podcast. Thank you for your words of inspiration to young players. Thank you for sharing your testimony. Um, and even during this time, we wish that you continue to train, continue to be consistent in what you're doing, and we'll follow you as you go back now to Spain, and the journey continues.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you for everything. Thank you for being part of my life during my football career. Yeah,
No worries,
thank
man. Don't thank me, man. We just thank God. We do. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, man. Have a blessed evening.
you too.